Hey everyone, it's Phil Hall of Westfair Communications. Do me and do yourself a favor. Turn off the Zoom screens, turn off the email, put your phone on mute. We're going to have some fun. Get out your cowboy hat because we're going to be doing a little bit of country music today with Jason Gerrish, who is here. You are a Connecticut cowboy living down in Nashville now. Is that correct?
Well, living in Tennessee, close. Try to get as close to Nashville as possible. A little bit closer to Memphis right now,
All right.
So we got a little bit of soul too. Got a little.
I see a little bit of Nashville on your T-shirt. It's kind of obscured by the.
Sorry about that. Got a little Tennessee logo going on there. So we're sporting the state.
How long have you been doing country music, Jason? And how did you get into it?
It's been approximately I want to say about 5 years, 5 or 6 years now. It's been about 4 since my first CD came out. So it was 2016. So yeah, it's been about that long. Wow, time flies. Let's see. So approximately that much. Before that, I was kind of into the whole. Metal and punk thing, and that really. But country resonates with me because of the storytelling, and just I think my voice kind of lends itself to that, and my abilities kind of lend itself to that. So I like all forms of music, but this is kind of my niche. So I've been doing that for it's been about 5 or 6 years now.
Is your brand of country closer to the old school Hank, Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, or are you more towards the contemporary country?
I think I've got a mix of both. I was kind of I like the old school stuff a lot. That's kind of where my interests lie. But I'm also I like some of the contemporary stuff. I'm definitely not a mainstream poppy country. I'm more of a storyteller kind of songwriting. I like guys like as far as contemporaries, I like the guys like Jason Isbell, Chris Stapleton, John Prine, unfortunately recently passed. Those are kind of the guys I look up to as far as songwriting abilities and style. I really like their stuff and kind of strive to be. I don't say I'm on that level, but that's something for me to strive for. Let's put it that way. That's.
Well, let's see. Let the audience judge for themselves what level you're on. What's the first song you have lined up for us?
Well, that's a great question. I didn't really put a set list together. Let's try some newer material, and we'll do a song called "Part of the Show." How's that? It's a short, little, kind of catchy number, and bear with me 1 second. I just gotta remember what key it's in here, as my dog tries to steal the show here.
Okay.
Bear with me 1 second. Let's see. And my dog's name is Paisley. Paisley, it's okay, hon. We're okay.
Okay.
Good job. All right. So
I was expecting the chickens you have outside to come on the screen. I wasn't expecting the dog.
Yeah, we've only got one of those in here. So she was a bad girl, so we had to bring her in. So yeah, my wife's taking Paisley out right now, so she won't be part of the show, but the name of this song is part of the show. So let's give that a try.
All right, I'll get off the screen for you. Here, folks, is Jason Gerrish.
All right. Well, every hypnotic sway just blows me away. Make me want you with every move. Well, every angelic note fills me with hope. Seeing that face fills me with grace. Well, they tell me she's amazing, though. Well, I say, yes, I know. Fills my heart just to know that I'm a small part of the show. smile, that smile, make me say a wow. Flash of legs. Come on, girl, don't make me beg. Those eyes, how they hypnotize. You I adore more and more. Well, they tell me she's amazing, no. Well, I say, yes, I know. Fills my heart just to know that I'm a small part of the show. Well, every hit knocks away just blows me away.
Very good.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I used to see, when you were living up here in Connecticut, I used to see you in performance. Are you performing down in Tennessee?
I have yet to perform in Tennessee, and that's unfortunately the whole pandemic kind of got in the way of that. I'm kind of in between, like I was saying, I'm kind of in between Nashville and Memphis. So there's one or two venues here, and I was in talks with one to perform there, and voila, next thing you know, everything's on lockdown kind of thing. So a lot of things got put on hold, unfortunately. So I kind of focused on, once I was furloughed from my job, I kind of focused on getting things set up here, so maybe I could start the recording process all over again. So I've got a studio, which I've converted one of the bedrooms in this house that we bought here, and that's going to be a studio soon, and start working on some new material, and going that route. That way, when we do go out and play, have some new material to play.
Yeah. Why did you decide to leave Connecticut for I should say Tennessee? I keep saying you're in Nashville and you're not.
No, that's quite all right. We left. I mean, nothing, absolutely nothing against Connecticut, but we just felt that there were more opportunities for what I do down here. And one of the jobs that I have, I was able to transfer to a location in Memphis. So the opportunity came along, and we bought a house down here, which I don't know if I should say this. We paid outright for it, so no mortgage, nothing, which is something you wouldn't be able to do in Connecticut unless you make a whole lot of money. So, but that was something we did down here. We were able to purchase a home, and we were able to, plus there's more opportunities as far as the schooling for Will, and as far as getting him paid for schooling and whatnot if he does decide to go to college and whatnot. There's some more opportunities as far as that goes. So I just thought as a family decision, it would be better for them. And the cost of living is much lower down here. Taxation, there's no state income tax. So what little I do make, I get to keep a lot more. And like I said, I mean, the opportunity came up. They allowed me to transfer, and we went for it. We found a house, we went for it, and that was it. Plus, on another note, my wife's birth mother is from Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
So that was something that she always wanted to kind of seek out and explore, was see if she could get in contact with her birth mother. So that's another thing. She was conceived in Tennessee and born in Texas, and made it to Connecticut. So
Well, that sounds like a country song unto itself.
Absolutely, yeah. Once again, new material, working on so
I haven't heard. It's been a while since I've heard your the older material when we used to work together on the PPRN internet radio show. Do you have anything from that period that you could share with us?
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, no, we could do. This is a song I like to dedicate to my father, because he died, unfortunately, on Memorial Day 3 years ago, and he was a World War II veteran.
I know the song. Yeah.
and you already know the song.
I know
So
the song. Folks, you're going to like this one. Let me get off the screen and let you take over.
all right, this is a song called "Two Kids in the Dirt." Once again, I like to dedicate this to my father when I can. So. Tonka truck and some old toy car. Imagination will take you far. Just sandbox all day in June. What a great way to spend an afternoon. Couple of friends in the summer sun. Long before when it spoils their fun. Pair of BFFs with no regrets. This is good as good again. We're just two kids in the dirt. Just two kids in the dirt. The last school ball was a little rough. Nothing's lost when you're this damn tough. Wide receiver and a quarterback. One heck of a passing attack. The other team didn't have a prayer. Once that ball was in the air. Saturday nights out in the field. Everyone drank while they for weed. Just two kids in the dirt. Just two kids in the dirt. Wide-eyed teens, so composed. Grew up watching G.I. Joe. Touching down in a foreign land. In a world gone insane. Had each other's back until the end. You never let down your best friend. Arlington was the final spot. Side by side, their resting plot. Gave their lives for all it's worth. So much more than just two kids in the dirt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So when the pandemic is behind us, what are your plans musically?
Well, I'd like to complete an album before the end of the year. I know I've been saying that for a while now, but now that I have access to more resources, that might be a little bit easier down here because everything is pretty much written. I just need to. I've got, like I said, I'm setting up the studio, and I've got a digital audio interface on order, and which is on back order right now because of the pandemic. So I haven't been able to complete my studio. So, yeah, I that's my plans, and then just keep going on from there and see where this takes us. Something like I've been down here a year, and unfortunately, I've yet to even go down to like Broadway and Busk or anything. So that's a goal the immediate future once things are safe to do so. Obviously we want to be safe, and Nashville unfortunately got hit a little bit with some looting recently, specifically on Broadway too. So some storefronts were broken into, some honky tonks were broken into. So it's gonna be a little while. It's funny because Nashville just gotten over, hit by a hurricane, then it gets hit by a pandemic, and then it gets hit by this. So it's but it keeps going. Nashville keeps going strong. So it's amazing. But yeah, people in Tennessee are pretty resilient, thankfully, and we'll bounce back and be stronger than ever.
Well, you mentioned at the top of the interview that you have chickens. What are you doing with them? Is this to have your own supply of eggs, or are they going to be on the dinner plate someday?
No, we actually get eggs from them. We've got some very good egg layers, not real meat chickens. So our plan is to we produce, the hens that we have, each one produces about 300 eggs a year.
Whoa.
So yeah, so we have what do we have, about 12 hens, I think, right now, somewhere around there. Four, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 5 are at maturity now, so 5 are laying currently, and so you factor in about 5 eggs a piece, 5, 6 eggs a piece a week, multiplied by that 5, that so you got a good number of eggs. Yeah. You got 25 to 30 eggs a week just from that alone. So we're yeah, that's where we are with the chickens, and we just picked up some roosters, so it's possible we might be able to breed and whatnot with the roosters. That was a decision my wife made. I didn't really want roosters just because they're such a nuisance in the morning. But
where I live here in Connecticut, somebody had a rooster. I don't know who it was or why, because I'm not living in a rural area. This is just working class suburbs.
Yeah.
And every morning around 4, it would be cock-a-doodle-doo.
Yeah.
And at one point, I was just yelling out the window, "Will you shut the hell up? I'm trying to sleep." And mercifully, went away. Yeah.
My first home I ever bought in Bristol, Connecticut, there was somebody on this next street over that had a rooster, and my neighbors had chickens, and it was not pleasant being woken up to that in the morning. That they can be a nuisance, especially in a kind of an urban environment like that you don't expect them to be in.
Well, so what else is on the guitar agenda for this show, Jason?
That's a great question. Did you want to hear some? We could break out some more old stuff, or what? I
like there was a song. I always forget the name of it, but it was something like "Hey Little Girl." It was one of those, that song you had.
That was a Kip Moore song I used to cover. Hey Pretty Girl.
Yeah, that's right.
Are we allowed to do covers, or?
If you'd rather do an original, it'd be okay. Just to be on the safe side. No sense having the boss facing a copyright infringement lawsuit.
Yeah, I hear you. Since I'm an ASCAP artist at this point too, so I know how it feels. But yeah, we could do. Let's see. I know one of the songs that kind of I first really started out with was a song called "Training Wheels." I could probably do a little bit of that.
All right. I'll get myself off the screen again and give you Training Wheels.
Okay. I'm just an old set of training wheels sitting on the shelf, no longer useful. I was left here by myself. Figure she's outgrown me and moved on to someone else. No longer useful. I was left here by myself. I'm just an old broken toy perched up on this rack, waiting for my owner to come back. Dated and obsolete, busted, incomplete, shelf life expired, quickly retired, holy and rusted, broken, busted. I'm just an old faded picture mounted on this shelf, tepid and cold, burnt out old flame. I'm just an old worn out myth hanging on the wall, seen its last game, caught its last ball. Dated and obsolete, busted, incomplete, shelf life time, quickly retired, holy and rusted, broken, busted. Well, I'm just an old set of trim wheels sitting on the shelf.
Well,
All right, thank you.
Jason, if folks here wanted to catch up with more of your music, what's the best way for them to get in touch with you?
Probably the best way would be go right through a website because I have all my links to my social sites right on there. It would be www.jaygerr.com. That's jaygerr.com, jaygerr.com. And I'm on Facebook. I've got an Instagram account. I know a lot of the kids these days are using a lot of Instagram. So I've got an Instagram account. I've got a Twitter account, trying to be hip,
Are you
but
going to get a TikTok account? We can see you dancing while singing.
I think I'm going to pass on the TikTok account. I mean, that's probably more my wife's vein. Probably. I think she'd do much better than I would on that. But yeah, we've got Instagram, we've got Twitter, we've got YouTube, and all of that is accessible right through the website, and that's probably the best way to go because if you want to see videos, they're there. If you want to hear music, it's there. If you want, heaven forbid, buy something, it's there too. So, but yeah, it's probably the best place.
Excellent. Well, Jason, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us on this episode, and also thanks to your wife and your little son Waylon, who were while you were setting up were entertaining me. So I
Yeah. Yeah, they've he's gone outside. He's got a sandbox, so he doesn't care about anything else. And I was sorry. He spent his time on camera. He's like, sandbox outside. We're done. Let's do this. All right.
priorities. I know. I wish I should be outside in the sandbox too. It's a beautiful day here.
It's a beautiful day here too.
Excellent. Thank you, Jason. And folks, come back next week. We'll have more great original music for you. I'm Phil Hall. See you then.